As much truth as this man was talking, I know there are some black people watching right now like, he's trying to minimize my struggle. Victim card. Victim card.
I'm Mr. Tyrone. I just gotta get freaky for you because you love the hoes.
I don't care if they don't like me. I came here to stunt. I don't care if they don't.
What's good, everybody? As you're coming up on there, make sure you like the video. Alright? As we get into this video, we are watching a video by, I believe his name is, well, the video is coming from somebody named Coach Leon. I don't know if he's specifically Coach Leon, but they have this man on the panel, and this man basically is telling black people that they have the best opportunities to be on top because of adversity. And you know, when I saw this video, I immediately was like, I have to do a reaction to this. I have to do an analyzation and a breakdown of this, because this is something that a lot of black people don't want to hear. And that's why they stay stagnant. That's why they don't see any progress. And this is something that I also need to hear as well, in terms of, you know, me wanting to also increase my content and increase my business or brand or whatever the case is. So this was something I needed to hear as well. And I talked about this for those who've been following me for the long run. You know, the things that he's about to say, you've probably heard me say as well. But it's always good for a reminder. It's always good to, you know, a lot of us, we got things consciously. A lot of things we need to instill subconsciously. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it now.
You think that black people have had more adversity in general in the country overall than white people?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Do you think you had a rougher past in general than white people?
Yeah.
History.
I would say, oh yeah,
absolutely.
historically, yeah. for
There's black people are built to be f***ing entrepreneurs. Like, you've dealt with the hardship. You've dealt with the struggle. What could f***ing knock you off? Like, big deal. You're going to start a business that's going to fail. You've dealt with so much shit already. You're built to be fucking entrepreneurs. They just don't see it. They use it as an excuse and as a crutch to hold themselves back, instead of saying, you know what, I'm built for this. You have an advantage in entrepreneurs when you think of it that way. It's a mindset. So flipping the switch.
Basically saying these people don't even believe in their own testimony. They don't even see themselves as having gone through all of that and still made it out. For whatever reason, they just kind of...
They think they can't make it to that next level because they went through this stuff. Motherfucker, that stuff is what's going to let you fucking explode to that next level. Use it. Weaponize your weakness. Like, turn your suffering into a fucking superpower.
That man said, weaponize your weakness. And see, that's when we get into that alchemy. When you transform your pain into power. When people knock you down and you get back up stronger. There's a spiritual formula to that. Because you don't wrestle against, what it say in the good book, against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places. It's not talking about the spirit realm. I mean, you could, you know, interpret it that way. It's talking about the mind. Your wrestle, your battle, your war is not with outside individuals. It's not with external forces. It's with you. It's with your bad habits. It's with your mindset. It's with your thoughts. It's with, what should I do today? What's my purpose? What am I good at in life? What is the purpose of life? Why do I always fall down to this? Why do I always fall down to that? Why can't I ever do this? Why can't I ever get this right? You have more troubles with yourself than these external forces. That's why there's a proverb, you know, there's an African proverb where it says, once you defeat the enemy within, you have no more enemies. Buddha said, people aren't your enemy. Greed, lust, anger, those are your enemies. Your enemies aren't physical. Your enemies are internal. They're not external. You focused on people outside of you trying to bring you down, but you bring yourself down more than they do, because there's a programming that have been instilled in you, whether it's been through the system, whether it's been through parenting by your parents, whether it's something generational, but there's a system, there's a programming within you that you have to learn to deprogram and unlink yourself from. You always want to talk about the matrix. Some of these people always want to talk about the matrix. Fool, You in a matrix within yourself. The reason why Gil Scott said that the revolution will not be televised is because the revolution happens here. It does not happen outside. You're not going to do anything with marches and protests. You're going to get a lot more stuff done. Renewing your mind, finding knowledge of self, loving yourself, putting yourself first, making yourself a priority, rather than you talking about what's going to solve the problems and the solutions for a set of people that are going to stay stagnant because they keep repeating a pattern that hasn't done anything for them in over a century. And as Einstein said, once you repeat a pattern and expecting a different outcome, it's insanity. That's what black people are doing. That's what some of you are doing in your everyday life. You keep doing the same pattern, expecting a different outcome. That's insane. I gotta say that to myself as well. For you to expect to wake up every day and do the same things. I mean, really study your patterns. Really study like what you did this week. Did you accomplish what you said you was going to accomplish? Did you, everything that you wrote down on your list, did you get it done? I mean, if there's something where like you keep writing stuff down but you never keep getting it done, study that, learn that, analyze that. Why is it that when I write this down, I can't get this done? Why is it that when I say I'm going to do this, I don't do that? Is it self-doubt? Is it anxiety? What could it be? Because there has to be something to it. It's not just, you just don't want to do it. Some of us, we want to go farther in life. Some of us, we want to improve in life. Some of us, we want to go to different places in life. But we have to really look in the mirror and be like, are we willing to push ourselves that way? There's something that I heard Myron Golden say, and he was saying like, the things that you deem as being the outcome of your life is all coming from the mind. So when you tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm not good enough to do this, that's made up. When you tell yourself, I am able to do this, I'm the greatest and I can accomplish this, that's made up. So whether you think you can or can't do it, it comes from the same formula. It's all based upon what you believe. And what you will believe is what you can achieve. So if you believe that you can't do nothing, if you believe you can't get nothing done, that's going to be your outcome. But you have more of a chance of believing that you can do it than whether you can't do it. Because when you can achieve for it, when you can reach for it and aim for it, you can realize some faults, you can realize some errors. Okay, this didn't happen. I can change this. Okay, maybe they turned me down. Okay, I can go and apply for this. I can go in and do this and work on this. There are certain things that we gotta give ourselves more credit to. Some of us, we just have to really have a sit down. And some of us, we may have been in a stagnant cycle for however long it may be, 2 to 3 years, maybe it's been 6 months. And you just got to sit down and be like, nothing is shaken. Nothing has improved. And when you realize the very thing that you're doing isn't improving or impacting your life as it should be, there has to be some changes. And with change comes uncomfortability. And that's another thing that people don't like to do. People don't like to be uncomfortable in order for them to change. That's why you only see some people go to the gym 1 to 2 times a week. And when they go to the gym 1 to 2 times a week, they barely push themselves. They tell themselves, I'm going to be on that treadmill for 30 minutes. They be on the treadmill for 10, merely 15 minutes. And won't even put incline on. I'm going to get on the Stair Master and I'm going to go 500 steps. They get to 250. I think I did enough for right now. You want to go get them dumbbells and I'm gonna do 4 reps. I'm gonna do two sets of 12 or 4 sets of 12, whatever the case is, and you only do 3 sets of 5. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That you talking about. I'm gonna do 4 reps of this and 3 reps of that, and you only half-ass it. You can't half-ass it. If you want to change, and I'm looking at you too, Tyrone. If you want to change, you need to be the change. You have to make what is uncomfortable. You have to do what is necessary to get to where you want to go. Because you don't want to look back a year from now and be like, damn, I could have really did this if I wanted to. Damn, I really could have got that if I wanted to. We know the truth. Everybody ain't got to know. We know what we need to do. We know what we've been lacking and slacking in. We know what it takes to get to where we want to go. But are we willing to do the risk? And that's the talk that you have to have with yourself. You have to look in the mirror. That's that shadow work. The easiest form of shadow work you could do is looking in the mirror and talking to yourself. Every day, every morning, and every night. That's called self-reflection. And no pun intended. That's literally self-reflection. Having that talk with yourself. Having a sit down with yourself. So many people talk about meditating, and you can meditate. You can meditate, you can brainstorm, you can really be at peace with your thoughts. But that real work is when you can look in the mirror and really face what you see. Because when you look in the mirror, you can see the regret, the guilt, the shame, the lack of motivation, the lack of will. All that you can see in the mirror. And you have to have a sit down. You have to have a daily talk with yourself. Why you think like when with some of these children in school, tell them to look in the mirror and tell them, I am beautiful. With some of these little black girls, they go to school and they get bullied, and you have them sit down in the mirror and you tell them to tell themselves that they are beautiful. That's the most pure form of shadow work. That's the most pure form of magic that you could do, is to have that one-on-one session with yourself. It's immaculate. It's beautiful. That's something that a lot of people just aren't willing to do. So with this man, he's telling you to weaponize your pain. It's not through your adversity as black people that you're going to be the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected. It's through your adversity. It's through the outcomes that may occur. It's through this disadvantage that you're going to have the more advantage. You're going to have the primary advantage. It's through the discrimination that should be your motivation. It's through the pain and the struggle that you're going to come out on top. It's not through the pain and the struggle that you're going to be at the bottom of the barrel. You can't call yourself a sidewalk and get mad when people step on your ass. You can't call yourself the most disrespected, unprotected, neglected, the most targeted, the least called, the least married, and all those type of stuff. You can't associate yourself with these type of ideologies and then expect progress, and then expect change, then wonder why nobody's respecting you, and then wonder why nobody's protecting you, and then wonder why people are literally walking on eggshells when they're around you. They don't want to say the wrong things or you might get offended. Ridiculous. It's beyond me. So when I heard this video, I 100% agree with it. But what's so sad is that a lot of black people will listen to this video and shun it and think that this white man is shunning and minimizing their experience in their relationships and their struggle. But it's this conversation, it's this motivational speech, this talk that a lot of us need to hear in order for us to get to where we want to go. So while you stay stagnant in your victimhood and your victim mentality, a lot of people are going to take this and move on and upgrade. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy for you to deprogram your mind from being a victim, to deprogram your mind from struggle. But it will be worth it for you to work on it now than to be in regret later. It is better for you to work on it now. Look in that mirror. Be one with those thoughts. Acknowledge those thoughts. Don't be in denial about how you think of yourself. First, accept it. Yeah, I've been saying this and that to myself. I've been feeling like trash. I've been telling myself I can't do this. I've been stagnant. I haven't been doing enough. I haven't been putting enough. First, you have to accept it. Hold yourself accountable. Then tell yourself what you're going to do. Tell yourself, I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to get this done. I won't get distracted. I'm going to put in my all. Even when I fail, that's okay, because I'm going through a learning process of learning how to do this. Don't give up. Don't just give up. Cry if you need to. Cry. Yell. Be angry. Because that's normal. But once you get that out of your system, get active. Get right back at it. Listen, this has been a whole journey for me. And this wisdom, some people call it wisdom. I just call it, in due time. Tell my whole journey. When I get to the top, I'm gonna put it out there in the forefront. But till then, just enjoy the content. If you want to know why did I cut my hair, I want a new change. I wanted something different. I want to try something new. I want to cut off old habits. I want to cut off things that I associated with the afro. I got a new look, and with a new look has to come something different. Okay, but y'all let me know how y'all personally feel about this respectfully in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video. And before you go, I have something also similar to this topic as well, and this has to do with like the whole protect black women rant. Y'all heard about this before. All right, I went in this conversation, and you don't want to miss it. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. We out.